Thanks for joining me here at NTD Business. I'm Don Ma. The trade war, it seems, between China and the U.S. is escalating further. China said on Monday it will impose export restrictions on gallium and germanium products starting next month. Now, this is important because these two metals are widely used in semiconductors and are critical to the global chip-making industry. Most of the world's gallium and germanium come from China. According to the European Industry Association Critical Raw Materials Alliance, China produces around 60% of the world's germanium and 80% of gallium. The United States is dependent on China for these two critical elements. It imported more than 50% of the gallium and germanium it used in 2021 from China. This is according to the U.S. Geological Survey. U.S. imports of gallium metal and gallium arsenide wafers in 2022 were worth about $3 million and $200 million respectively. The metals are used in high-speed computer chips and in the defense and renewable energy sectors. Germanium is key to fiber optic cables and also used in high-speed computer chips and plastics as well as infrared radiation. The metal and its oxides are used in military applications like night vision devices as well as satellite imagery sensors. It is also important for low-carbon technologies like solar cells. Some analysts saw the move as a response to efforts by Washington to curb China's technological advances. It also came on the eve of U.S. Independence Day and just ahead of a planned visit to Beijing by U.S. Secretary of Treasury Janet Yellen. Last October, the Biden administration unveiled a set of export controls banning Chinese companies from buying advanced chips and chip-making equipment without a license. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said that the export controls are to protect national security and are not directed at any specific country. And moving on, Facebook parent Meta plans to launch a Twitter rival app. It's called Threads. Threads is expected to be released on Thursday and will allow users to retain followers from photo sharing platform Instagram and keep the same username as well. The rollout represents a direct challenge to Twitter. Instagram has a history of introducing new features based on the success of other social media platforms. For example, in 2016, it added a feature called Stories to Instagram, or user posts that disappeared after a fixed amount of time in response to the rising popularity of Snapchat. More recently, the company's short-form video feature Reels has sought to challenge the rise of TikTok. Instagram has 2 billion users compared to around 250 million of Twitter, so it's around 10 times bigger. Now, if only 1 in 10 Instagram users tries using Threads, it will overtake Twitter. And if you're feeling patriotic this Independence Day, check out the Made in America store. Now, everything in the store is 100% made in the USA. And here with me is Mark Andel, CEO of the Made in America store. So I understand everything in your store is made in America. I mean, Independence Day, it must be one of the best days for you, Mark.
Yeah, it's my favorite day. I love America, and I love our American-made product and support the skilled trades. People make some really nice products.
Maybe you can tell us to what extent does that mean, Made in America store?
Yeah, so our Made in America store started 13 years ago now. Don, we 13 years strong. Our concept and core value was that every product in my store has to be 100% made in America. That means the components that are used to make that product have to be 100%. The glue, the packaging. So it's pretty neat. And we're up to 14,000 100% made in America products. And we support 500 privately owned American businesses.
So you sell a lot of products in your store. Maybe you can tell us which ones are the most popular?
Yeah, so the top products would be clothing. We got Bayside clothing. We got a lot of 100% clothing. It's hard to find clothing made in America. We've proved you can. Clothing's very hard. We've got channel lock players. We've got channel lock tools. They got 350 employees strong out of Meadville, Pennsylvania. Our mission statement is to create and save quality livelihoods in the United States of America by increasing American manufacturing for our children's future. And it truly is, Don, for our children's future. I grew up, my parents, my dad taught me how to work with my hands. And, I could always get a job working with my hands, building a product. Plus, I could take care of my own stuff, like my vehicle, my car, my truck. or the house. So everybody should learn how to work with their hands to some point. I've been interviewed around the world. In every country, they believe in supporting the country live in 50-50 fair trade. But a strong country is one that the fabric of America was making things in America.
I mean, I can only imagine the challenges that this endeavor sees. How do you ensure the products are made in America?
Yeah, so we triple vet. Before anybody can sell a product in our store, they have to fill out 3 letters of authenticity on each product. And that product, they have to state the components that are in each product. A product might have 15 components. If it's a glue, if it's a box, if it's the paint, that has to be 100% also. So we vet them. They have to, number one, fill out these forms, send them back to us. We have to police it and go through it. And then once we know that they're 100%, we allow them in the store. Now, some companies might make a certain amount of their, SKU numbers or part numbers. Maybe all their products aren't 100%, but we'll only carry the ones that are 100%. Again, because that's our concept and core value. We've done all the homework for our customer when they come through the doors, or if they go to madeinamericastore.com, they're ensured that we are 100%.
And what do the customers tell you after visiting your store?
They feel good. Our store is a nice place. We support skilled trade, so the stainless steel columns outside are made by me and my team at my General Welding and Fabricating, my parent company. And then we got the concrete friends, the bricklayers. My buddy Harpo built the airplanes that fly. They have a strong feeling. They love to see things made in America. We educate them. Don, one thing for the 4th of July, huge weekend, like I said, my favorite weekend. And, I always speak of those that gave the ultimate sacrifice, our soldiers and veterans. But the flag, the American flag, 50% of our flags are made overseas. And a lot of people don't realize that. So I asked them, can we at least agree that our American flag should be made in America?
Yeah, I mean, the U.S. used to be a very manufacturer-driven economy. Now it's more services. I think there has been a shift in that. What is your view on this topic?
Yeah, we have to continue to make things here to be a strong country. I mean, from George Washington, he ordered his suits and clothes to be made here. Abraham Lincoln wanted the railway systems here, but also he wanted the railway, the rail track itself to be made here. So this is nothing new, but you have to build things here, and people need a purpose. We forget it isn't just about being a slave to the shareholder. People need a purpose. People want to build things. They need to go to work. They want to earn a living. I think that's interesting. We became a throwaway world, but we have to change our culture and stick with quality. So we lead with quality. We say vote with your dollar, because you can make a lot of difference. We, the people, can make a difference by what they purchase. And what you purchase may put your neighbor back to work, especially in this recession. We got rapid inflation, product shortage, and we got a worker culture change. Somehow, work is not a priority no more because everybody's looking for workers. Skilled trade workers are very hard to get. They were hard before the pandemic. Now it's even harder. We're seeing some change, but it's a shame because before the pandemic, we were getting traction with the P-TECH program, Dream It, Do It. Now, a lot of, I believe, parents, they've got to get metal shops, wood shops back in school, get kids and students exposed to things that they could do with their hands. I say metal shops or wood shops, because we cannot grow our economy again without workers, and with a shortage of workers. The skilled trade workers are going to make the money of doctors. I say that because I've got some really talented people at General Welding. And what's neat with my General Welding and Fabricating, we make products that are sold in my Made in America stores. And it just shows what Americans are making and, that can-do spirit.
What benefits have you seen personally from supporting American-made products?
Yeah, you see people love to know that they're involved with something that makes a difference. Selling Made in America products, it shouldn't be, one store in Alma. I've got three stores actually, but it's amazing that 13 years ago I came up with an idea that there's not another one in the world that I know of that's 100% made in America. My dad's 86 years old. Back in his day, worked at Bethlehem Steel. Everybody bought Made in America products. They didn't buy foreign products because they knew, building something in your country is where your strength comes from. So I love that. I love helping the skilled trade workers. I support 500 privately owned American businesses. Not one of my vendors or manufacturers are publicly traded, Don. And that's the story of America. A lot of people are slaves to the shareholders. They got to give a report every 3 months. Mine are the mom and pops building these products by hand, feeding their families, and they're proud of it and they're busy. When we had all this logistics problems with the supply chain, we didn't need shipping containers. Made in America products, everything was coming from within our borders.
What do you say to the narrative that made in America products are more expensive than foreign made products?
Yeah, not true, because I've proved that, but there's more profit margins a lot of times. But now with the higher costs of shipping containers and whatnot, we can compete. Our flags, our clothing, our T-shirt, we sell a T-shirt average cost $25. It's right in line. The profit margin might be more for the company that buys overseas and sells it here. They don't share the profit with the customer. They keep that for their pocket. So our prices are surprisingly in line with everybody, and it's a quality superior product most of the time.
All right, just one more thing. Where do you see your store being in a year or two?
Yeah, I think we're going to keep growing. The pandemic really woke a lot of people up. This is important. People have to make made in America important in their lives. They got to go out and they have a choice, but it's way more than just getting a cheaper product or saving a little money. You want to buy a quality product. You want to put somebody to work, and you want to keep your country strong. If we don't build things and manufacture things in America, we're going to get weaker and weaker.
I mean, just one more thing quickly. I mean, what do you say to the companies where they're exporting manufacturing to foreign countries because it's cheaper? I mean, how do you argue against that?
Yeah, they have to have thought, and I was always challenged with that. Everybody isn't as patriotic as you. I love America, but they have to wake up. They have to do the math. And now staying within our borders makes sense. Shipping containers went from maybe $4,000 to $30,000 to get one over. They have to really think about more than just the dollar. They have to really care about the country they live in and support the country they live in, because you want to have a strong base. You want to put your people to work, and you want to feel good about that. But a lot of people just don't think that far. I do. I just think it's very, very important to build and make things in your country and support the country you live in.
All right, thank you so much, Mark. It was great talking to you.
Okay, Don.